Usha crash na boda?
Once. Lakini unachiki venye nilikuwa naendesha pikipiki when we were at K24 Kenya at 50. I remember the day tulifanya the celebrations at Uhuru Gardens. Yes. And then out of fatigue nini and then it was drizzling like it is right now. Then kuna mrembo alikuwa mbele yangu akakanyaga emergency brakes. Nikaingia kwa windscreen yake.
No, watch out.
Ya nyuma.
Watch out.
Niligonga kichwa nikapasua nikahang kama nguo kwa mlango yake ya nyuma. But the good thing is that I had my helmet on, nice. I had my riding gear on.
Yeah.
Your design. Asikuumia. And that is the mistake that most riders wanafanyanga. Unapata wako kwa motorbike lakini wako kama venye tuko hivi. Yeah. No gloves, no guards, no helmet, no reflectors, no nothing.
No,
so
ngoni zile
jeans na t-shirt na slippers.
Na award KNH special for
there's hiyo award ni namba ngapi hiyo award?
Tutaongea
joining us in the studio
live. Yeah. David Jorobe Kiarie. Yes. He's the chairman Road Safety Association of Kenya.
Yes.
And also in the house is Kevin Mubati.
Yeah.
Now he is the national executive chairman angalia title Border Safety Association of
Kenya. National Executive Chairman.
Ndivyo naendaga na bodyguards
Question is, acha tuanze na Kevo. Unapata kesi ya wangapi wamepata ajali on a daily basis?
Okay, on a daily basis it varies kwa sababu ajali haina kinga, ni kitu huwa inatokelezea, so kila siku kuna variances, but hatuwezi kosa maybe 5 10 zile zenye sisi tunapata
vifo.
Si vifo, zile ajali zenye zimetendeka, but vifo maybe 1 or 2
a day all over the country.
Aongo hiyo ni Nairobi pekee. Nairobi pekee.
Juzi industry data mama wanahabari waliandika that we have borders killing more Kenyans than vehicles.
Absolutely.
What's your take on that?
Yes.
Mosquito.
4 Kenyans daily on border.
4
average. That is the number of Kenyans we are losing.
Multiply that by 365.
Yeah. And I want to tell you, today we have a ward for border in every hospital. So you can imagine the situation.
Yani wakianguka kwa barabara.
Na sasa we are talking about deaths. We are not talking about those who will never walk again. Yes.
4 daily. Watu wanne wana dead kwa
wakati inaenda juu. Lakini tumechukua
average 4.
Yes.
Lives are lost as a result of border accidents in the country on a daily basis.
Yes.
Na magari.
Sasa hapo tukikuja mambo imeharibika brother. Our roads are not safe at all. Uniulize ni nini? Hakuna. It's only enforcement ambaye hakuna.
Enforcement ya sheria.
Sheria. Michuki never came with laws. He found these laws and he was able to save lives and force
many.
But what is happening today? There is no enforcement.
Are these border riders, are they trained, or they just wake up one day, they get a loan for a border na wanaanza kazi?
They are not trained.
Yes,
they are not trained because we have several challenges. When the border business started in the country, unajua ilianza na baiskeli. Sasa serikali pikipiki zilipoingia, serikali walidhani si ile baiskeli tu, si boda tu ile ya kawaida, ukianguka unaamuka. But by the time walikuwa wanakuja kurealize hii kitu ni motorized na inaua, tulikuwa tumefika almost 500,000 na inaendelea mbio sana. So and you find that pale mashinani penye hawa vijana wanatoka hakuna mashule za kufunza hawa watu. There was no driving schools uko mashinani. Sasa wewe unafunzwa na rafiki yako ruti moja, ukirudi umejua kumbeba, unaendelea na kazi.
Ukibeba watu 3-4
hakuna mtu anakufuata kwa maana ni mashinani. Na hiyo ikabebwa mpaka town kwa maana hasa wale wenye wamejifunza mashinani wanaanza kutafuta greener pastures in towns. So wanakuja town kubeba watu, na town iko na watu wengi na hawajui, hawana skills za kuwa barabarani. Ndio unapata kwamba hizo ajali zinatendeka. Then hawa vijana, these people, the young people, energetic, they have nothing to lose. Unapata mtu hana haja na helmet, hana reflector, hana nini, yeye bado ako na ile young ile damu ile blood inachemuka. Hiyo pikipiki unajua it is very sweet by the way when you swing.
That is very sweet.
It's very sweet ukiswing ukipita kwa magari, so that inakuingiza adrenaline. Yeah, you feel that you own the world, but in the real sense you don't. Sasa hapo ndio zile challenges ambazo tumepata kwamba mashule hazikukuwa za kutosha za kutrain hawa watu.
Ukienda Rwanda, how organized is like the two-wheeled nation?
I've never seen anything like that in my life. When there's a traffic light,
You stop.
They stop and they all lined up, and most of them have their own lanes. When I stop, green light, everyone goes. Passenger,
one pa boda
na kama hana helmet,
oh baby,
na unaweza fainiwa
ukishikwa.
Bus.
Kwani hakuna sheria Mubati? Hakuna sheria Kenya ya boda yenye inasema vaa hivi, simama hapa, tumia msafara huu, beba mtu huyu. Hakuna sheria. Wewe ni stakeholder, wewe ni leader wa the border nation. Kuna sheria ama hakuna?
Sheria ipo. Kwa mfano saimu ukienda upande pikipiki ya boda pale, alafu akubeba afika hapo kwa traffic light, asimame, utaona tu mtu ametoa kifunguu na ameenda naye amesimama huko kando.
Kanjo.
Uko na helmet, uko na reflector, uko na insurance, uko na license, atatoa tu na anasimama kando. Kwenda kuchukua hiyo kifunguu ni 2,000.
Huyo ni nani anachukua kifunguu?
Kanjo.
Kwa nini?
Si hongo. Yaani wanataka tu kukosa confusion. Ndio maana huo naona Nairobi hakuna mtu wa pikipiki atakubali kusimama kwa barabara pale ati amesimama kwa mataa. Hakuna mtu atasimama ati amesimama kwa jam. They always want to be on the move. Why? Ukisimama kifunguo imeenda, kuchukuliwa ni 2,000. Kama haona 2,000 ako na right ya kupeleka ndani. Ikienda ndani daily ni 2,000. So
the border
charges.
In the meantime border iko wapi?
Kwa station.
Wakipeleka kwa station pale kwa City Hall daily 2,000. So mtu anafikiria, na tena before uende uichukue wanakwambia ndio leta sijui document fulani nini, wanakuzungusha, you end up paying like 16,000, 20,000.
Kutoka wapi?
Sasa hiyo ndio swali.
Mimi msana bakisha 1,000 bob a day, anapewa mwenye boda 400, atoe lunch, mafuta, home ataenda na kaso ine so tatu.
But now that cartelism yenye iko hapo town ndio inafanyanga mnaona hawa watu wanapita wrong side. Hebu simamisha tu mtu muulize kwa nini umepitia hapa, atakujibu tu. It is normal. And we have tried, tumejaribu, tumeleta, tukaambia we want to do self regulation. Wacha sisi wenyewe kama boda tuseme kama mtu wetu atapita wrong side tutamshika na tutawaletea. Kama mtu wetu atafanya makosa tutahakikisha kwamba tunamdiscipline. Lakini because ya ile pesa ambayo inazunguka hapo town. Kama kuna siku walitoa msako wakashika over 100 motorcycles wakaweka kwa lori. Wakaenda wakaficha huko chini. After usiku kila pikipiki ilikuwa inashuka na 5,000. So that's 500,000 a day yenye mtu ametengeneza. Free money.
Na Sakaja anajua hii.
Sasa mimi sijui kama anajua ama hajui, kwa maana si hao watu ni watu wake. Na hii ni kilio, tumesema, tumeongea, tumehold mikutano, but the cartelism that is there. Then kuna hawa vijana wametuma tu wakushika mapikipiki. I want you to go there and just do a study. Unapata for example kuna wale ambao wanabebeanga town. Mtu ako hapo stage iko hapo, lakini wewe kama unabebeanga hapa Kilimani ukiteremka tu ukifika, kwa maana wanajuana. Kuna pia wale wakora, kuna wale walikuwa NMS kitambo wakafutwa kazi, sasa wameshikana na the right kanjo people. So huyo NMS anakuja na kungolea kifunguu. Ukikuwa mkali anakuhand over to the right kanjo sasa. Lakini kama wewe si mkali, ukikubali kutoa pesa unatoa pesa, anaenda. So that is the problem you're having in the town.
What he has said is exactly what is happening. Corruption is going to kill this country. And believe me or not, even during Michuki's time, I keep on repeating that. Remember, we had Mungeke on the road. When Michuki came, he was able to remove them. So the government, the kanjo, not that they don't know, this money is shared to the top. After Sakaja nakwambia, he gets something from this. I want to tell you this, and I want them to take me to court. Yes, I wish I was there. I would have told him on his face, because these are his people who are doing this. He know we have reported, even as road safety. This is not about safety. What are you doing? What are your men doing? Why are they collecting money like this? What will he say? What if you are benefiting? What are you talking? What did he tell you? Siku moja hivi nafikiria wanatoka na nini? About 500,000 in a day. Then can you go and stop that cartel? There must be goodwill of the government for us to win this war.
Lakini hakuna goodwill sasa.
There is no goodwill. Everybody employed, wherever you are, everybody is looking where he'll get his money. And now he's talking only on one side. That is the Kanjo Nairobi. My friend, if I take you through NTSA, what is going on, my brother, you'll be shocked.
What's going on?
You understand? Ask you a very simple question. Where did the governors go? Where did the speed governors go? Will you lie to Kenyans that vehicles have speed governors on our road while you are using these highways? Just drive on a highway. A lorry imebeba mafuta itakupita when you are 100. Where is the speed governor? Na ukiangalia nyuma imeandikwa 80. Where did the speed governors go? I tell you, they know. They removed the speed governors and brought things they call trackers. A tracker will cost in China 2,500, and then it is sold as a speed governor at 20,000. The game is over.
So what's the difference? Ukisema wame uninstall governors ama limiters wakaweka trackers.
That is exactly what is there. We have tried to report this, but whom are you reporting to? This money is going. Now you are talking about a speed governor. Why don't you talk about a driving license? Today you can get a license when you are seated there. So the person who is giving you that license, what is he telling you to go and do? To go and kill other people on the road. So this corruption is too much. The other day, you remember an accident which happened and our CS went, chill.
Yes.
What did he say? I order the Akobro to be back on the road. The question, who removed the Akobro in the first place?
They said it was illegal.
No, it was. Let me tell you, there was a case in court. We went that time. We even assisted NTSA, and we won the case. It was about hygiene. That breather which you put, and then it was before. It has to be changed, and the game was over. But the question is, who removed it? Who removed it? The person who removed that thing, they are the same people playing a game of making money, because you can imagine. Tell me, how many people go to drink at night?
A lot.
Plenty.
And who are they? People with money in Kenya.
Yeah.
So can you play with people with money in Kenya? And then you stand there, you stop them, you will automatically, that thing was stopped. Now that many people have died, now they want to return it. But for a while, Jeff, remember, we had NTSA on the road.
Yes.
Who removed them on the road?
Sinigova.
Alafu, now we are talking, we bring them again on the road. When things go haywire. Because initially when NTSA was formed, it was formed as, if you go to Nigeria, there is a body called FRSA. This is like NTSA in Kenya. They have their command. They don't get their command from the police. And they work very well. That is what we thought was going to happen in Kenya. But today, NTSA is a den of criminals.
Bwana Kiari, you were part of the stakeholders when wali push the mooting and formulation of NTSA. Remember, it hasn't been there for very long.
Yes.
Sindio?
Yes.
The agenda was transport safety.
And we did it very simple. If Michuki, one man, was able to bring deaths from 3,000 to 1,600 a year, then we imagine, what about an authority?
Na mkatengeneza NTSA.
And we fought for it. It was brought. It started very well. Today, nowadays, when it was formed, who did not know about NTSA? Even a small kid knew.
Yeah.
Today, is anybody mentioning about NTSA?
Nobody.
It is as good as dead.
But ni hii NTSA yenyewe iliingia kwa barabara turn into a cow, walikuwa na milk, because they stopped like enforcing the law, wakaanza to take advantage of motorists.
It was a
Let me tell you, even people cash cow. Even people are saying, I would rather be arrested by a police officer who will ask me 50 shillings more than an NTSA officer, because I have to part with 10 to 20k. So what is there? It is not that NTSA as a body cannot work, but we must ask ourselves, why did NTSA fail, so that we are able to get an answer.
Why did it fail?
It is the leadership. Simple. Poor leadership.
Previously, tunajua one director general by the name of Major,
yeah.
Francis Major.
Yes.
They really worked. It was a good combination. Major chairman was Lee Kinyanjui, and then we had the PS Duvamoli. That combination was not a joke. Even the speed governor vendors used even to fear to hear that his governor has been involved in an accident, because you had to explain. But when the other leadership came, my friend, but I want to thank The other day we have seen Moshetani. He's now the new chairman NTSA, and we want to thank him because he has come with a lot of energy. He's talked about the speed governors must be brought back on the road, all these things. If he talks what he says and acts, I am telling you, Jeff, we are going to reduce this carnage.
Maybe
Roger. They put a devil as chairman of NTSA.
Oh, si, ni Mwashetani.
Mwashetani, not Shetani.
I was worried.
Maybe Jeff, I can just add on Mashetani issue. Other challenge that is disturbing us is acquiring of those driving licenses. And when you listen to him the other day, he said he's going to make sure that they reduce the cost of the licensing at NTSA because a license costs 3,000 shillings. And the training also was costing around 10,000, so it was very expensive for us. But he has said he's going to reduce from NTSA because it is better you have 1 million people renewing the license daily rather than having 10,000 people having a license and they cannot even renew. So the government cannot get revenue. But when they reduce the cost of obtaining it, then many people will get the licenses, will have the skills to be on the road, and also the government can get now revenue from there every year as people renew their license. So that policy, the agenda he's bringing in is the best.
But listen, these border riders need to go to school.
Yes.
Some kind of driving school.
No shortcut.
So,
no shortcut. There are so many rules. For instance, even to respect a zebra crossing, you have to know the meaning of a zebra crossing. You have to know the meaning of you must not overtake on the right, you must be on the left, you must be trained all these things. Basic. If they are just trained, basic, even don't go deep. Basic, I'm telling you, we can sort this problem.
We are working on the training issue because the challenge was financing. But we have partnered with the AA and they're training at 100 shillings a day. So with the 100 shillings, you can go attend your classes 2 hours every day.
Where is this place? Where do they go?
Anywhere. What we have done, we have started with the Mulolongo. We bring people together, a good number of riders together, so that then AA comes there and trains them from there. And we are also partnering with the national government through Minister of Interior to enable us assemble these people at DCC's offices there where there are some social halls. So we are talking with our county chairs and all other members to mobilize their members to start being trained.
Speaking of members, how many do you have?
2 million.
All over the country.
All over the country.
Forget about harassment from law enforcers. Let's talk about personal safety.
Yeah.
Kanjo inakujia wapi kwa kuvaa helmet na kuvaa jacket na reflector na boots na gloves na kukuwa na matakwa.
Yeah. Okay, you know knowledge is power. Na unapata kwamba most of our people wakishatoka shuleni, maybe wengine ni drop out, wengine shida ziliwatoa shuleni, they are from the village, they don't understand, they are not trained, they are not told that it is important for you to put on a helmet, it is important for you to have a reflector because mtu atakuona from far. So that information ndio tuko nayo, na hiyo ndio unapata NTSA has failed. Ukiangalia sisi, we have tried our level best to do a sensitization across the country, but NTSA is nowhere to be seen in this. We keep on pushing them and we pray that Mashetani will help us do a lot of sensitization so that people can get the knowledge that they need. Wajue kwamba ni vizuri kuwe na helmet, ni vizuri kuwe na reflector, ni vizuri, because hawa watu ni young. I've told you, they have nothing to lose. They think this world belongs to them. Okay, so it is better to sensitize and talk to them and tell them, now this is your office. Once you get a motorcycle and you leave your house, hii ni ofisi kama zile ofisi zingine. Vile watu huwa anavaa vizuri, anaenda ofisi, anafanya kazi, anarudi nyumbani.
Pia wewe piga luku. Na pia mtu wa boda anapata pesa mingi pengine kushinda watu wengine. Kuna watu wanafanya kazi kwa maofisi na wanalipwa shilingi 20,000. But a boda rider, you can rise up to 90 million a month. 90,000 shillings a month. Yeah.
Unaona
90,000.
Yes, because you can get 3,000 every day.
Kama bodani yako,
kubanda bodani yako, haulipi deni ya mtu. Unaweza pata 3,000 times 30, that is 90,000. You can get 60,000. So we are telling them, this is your office, respect it. Vaa vizuri, chunga familia yako, na hata kama wewe ujijali, jali wale watu ambao umeacha kwa nyumba. Ukitoka kwa nyumba, umeacha bibi, umeacha mtoto, umeacha mama mzazi, baba mzazi, wote wanakuangalia. So be safe for them.
Training is the key.
It's key.
Why? Now these young people don't know the meaning or why they wear that helmet. They don't know the meaning. But for sure, in a motorbike, whenever there is an accident, that rider will go with the head. on the tarmac. And that is why you wear that. So they should be trained and told you are wearing it for your good, for your safety. And immediately you have an injury on your head, you are gone.
You're done.
That is gone. You'd rather break your bones, your legs, your hands, you can be treated. But immediately you have the injury on the head, your chances is 90% for you to survive. So if they can understand and made to understand the meaning of a reflector, I'm telling you, things can change.
But watu wa magari pia hawana adabu. So long as uko kwa beast yako kama Jeff, unaona mtu mwenye anatembea kwa barabara ni nonsense, ni useless. Mtu wa baiskeli, mtu wa pikipiki, mtu mwenye anauza by the roadside. Pia hiyo training inafika kwa other motorists, not
but the motorists, and I want to tell you, for instance, a motorbike is also a
road user.
A road user. And
a pedestrian.
And you must keep distance as you keep for the vehicle. So the distance must be there. So also we have many people, and that is why I told you, if you can imagine somebody is sleeping at home and he needs a license and he just pays 6K and then receive that license, how do he or she know these rules? It is not only bodabodas who need training. We need to train even our drivers.
All road users.
All of them. Our schools are wanting. These are driving schools. Remember, before we had very few driving schools. Now you go to any village, even if you have 2 cars, you are given a license to train drivers. You know, there are so many that now you cannot even know which one to go. So one, NTSA was not created to create employment. It was created to bring safety on our roads.
By the way, has Alcoblow come back yet?
I want to tell you, I don't know because I have not seen any. It is back there, but I believe it is back. But I would wish if they can bring it, because I am telling you, we are losing so many Kenyans at night.
Also, Alcoblow imetumika kama cash cow in most police stations. Now you can correct me if I'm wrong, but our nekanga roadblock. And sometimes unapata some of the people watakuwa kwa cell, they're not even drunk, sincerely speaking.
Yes.
Some of the machines being used, they are faulty. But unaambiwa wewe police weka ndani, then kuna cartel ya wale watu ambao wanakushika na watu ambao wanatow your car to the police station. First of all, wasa wanatow, most of them wako na breakdown. Hizi breakdowns zinaoniwa na nani?
Na individuals. Na hawa polisi tu.
Ni polisi.
Yes.
Do you know how much a breakdown costs? Gari yako ikikuwa towed 5,000
a day
averagely, not a day, even from where umeshikwa to the police station. 5K
ni instant pay ama instant.
Ukitoka
hakuna siku utatoa hiyo before you pay that money.
Gari hizi toka station bila kulipa the towing fee, sawa, but wase wanashika gari yako, people lose their property, wana lose their gadgets, wana lose barua na documents, because si afisa wanapeleka gari kwa station in most cases. Ni individuals, some of whom are border riders. Wenye ukishaka kwa gari, they don't care whether gari yako imefungwa, they don't care kama ina guruma, they don't care kama iko na laptop, they don't care kama iko na phones ama documents, inakuwa towed to the police station. When you ask, wanakutisha. Unajua wenye askari wanatishaka. So if enforcement of the alcohol law and upholding integrity lazima ikuwe central to ensuring that it's successful.
Thank you, Igoza. Let me tell you. And even now, if they bring that alcohol, it will be about corruption. People minting money. But as the association, we took even to the ministry, simple, even to the interior ministry, there is body cam camera, which is working in all Europe countries.
Yes.
The body cam cameras, a police officer should be having that camera, so that even the time he stops a vehicle, you can see exactly what they are doing. When I showed that thing, my friend, Thika Road, I was about to be killed. And even that body cam camera was taken away, because the corruption is deep and the amount of money these people are making is a lot. So at any time you hear there is a crackdown, like now when we have many accidents, there is nothing to do with a crackdown. It's minting money. These people make money. Jeff, just the other day during Easter, people have suffered. Why? Because now the speed governors we have in the vehicles today, if they are used, not a vehicle can overspeed, not even one.
Did you see a couple of weeks ago a whole family of 7
Yeah, perished.
perished?
I was in that barrio.
Family of 7.
I was in that barrio, and what causes the accident? Just not even said he was speeding because it was at night, but there was a truck which was on the road. Even you cannot see that truck because we don't even follow the standards. They are standard for reflectors, whereby even a road is stuck on the road. When your car lights, you put them on, you can see there is an object far. Today we are getting these reflectors from Kariobangi. My friend, they are not reflective. So even if it is you driving and it is raining, you can't see. Most accidents are happening at night. We have a solution. We have a company here. Now it's working in Uganda. And it is our local company who are manufacturing we call them cat eyes stands. This is where when you're driving at night and the lights are on, they reflect to you. You will know where that road is going.
Oh, yes.
But we are not even, these people have tried, they are closing this company because these people, the engineers in Kenya, want to import the cat eyes in Europe. And they make their billions. So our problem in Kenya is corruption. And I want to say this time, to be very sincere with this government, corruption is too much.
It's rampant
like something else.
I wrote a letter to the Minister for Transport and Director Kenha. I asked them, you see, the challenge we are having is that when the boda go through the vehicles, that's when they knock off your side mirror, they knock you from behind. So I asked them to give us only 1.5 meters when they'll be recarpeting, because they had to recarpet the underpass. So we asked only for 1.5 meters so that boda rider cannot mingle with the cars. We have our own dedicated lane. And when we have this lane, there's no way these guys will cause an accident with the cars. But the guy wrote back and said, we'll consider in future. So I was wondering, which future is there? Yet there was enough space for them just to give us that 1.5 meter lane to enable us. Because Jeff, when you are in traffic and you are in a hurry, you are coming to studio, your time is up, you get off your car, you will jump onto a boda. But these guys are telling us, but boda is a motor vehicle. You have to queue. So that the boda has to queue with the cars on the road. When there's traffic, you also stop in the traffic waiting. Is that logic? So I think we need a change of some of the government officials in this ministry so that they can see the light. We need visionary leaders. We need people who can see that boda is here and this is the future of this country.
But you know what?
Wakati boda ako kwa makosa atahepa.
Yes.
Because atapenya traffic.
Yes.
Lakini wakati mwenye gari ako kwa makosa, all boda riders wanaacha kazi yao and the number one thing wanapendanga ni tuchome gari.
Yes.
Tuchome gari.
Okay.
Is that fair?
After that lady was beaten and harassed at Forest Road. Yeah, it was at Forest Road. We embarked on a serious sensitization mission in partnership with the Minister of Interior. And when you study the trends before the last 2 years and from the last 2 years to now, there is a big change. Sometimes back watu wangekuwa wanakuja wanakupiga wanafanya nini, but saa hizi wewe saa hii umeripoti visa ngapi since the beginning of this year zenye bodaboda amechoma gari ama wamepiga mtu? Zimepungua. Kwa sababu gani? Lakini si ajali ziko, so unasema watu wanakufa wanne sijui kila siku na hao ni wenye wamekufa, lakini zile ajali zingine watu wamevunjika mguu ni mingi sana across the country. But we have done our level best to train and sensitize these people kuambia kwamba usipige mtu ukipata ajali, usichome gari ya mtu.
By the way, when they end up at Kenyatta National or various hospitals, who pays for it?
It is now the family who carries the burden. And that's why we are telling our people, we should be very careful. This guy has taken a loan to buy this motorcycle. There are some sureties that he has there from home. Maybe the parents sold a land. They put there maybe a cow as security for this motorcycle. That these guys get an accident. Once you get an accident, your motorbike is crashed. The insurance will not pay you because you don't have any driving license. So you find that even if you go to the hospital, the medication is very expensive. Others don't have NHIF. So this burden goes back again to the family. So you find the family if the index poverty was somewhere here, it has to go to rise again because they have to sell the remaining land to take care of your medication.
And that cow may end up here.
The cow they have to sell it. Or the people that gave you loan will have, because they want their money, they'll come and take that cow. So it is a very, very difficult situation in this country. And we just pray that, and that's why we are urging our people to get registered to this SHA and all those things, to have medical insurance. Yeah, they should have medical cover, because once you get an accident as a boda rider and you are not saving, you are finished.
Future is done.
Your future is ruined 100%.
I want to tell you, something must be done on these insurance covers, because you see, if I ask you, why do you find police officers on the road? What do they check? They are just there to check whether your vehicle has an insurance cover.
Yes.
If you don't have an insurance cover, you will get it rough. But when an accident happens, they don't do what we call a good follow-up to know whether this insurance paid for you. We have many insurances which, when claims come, they go under. And when you ask who owns these insurance companies, my friend, you just keep quiet. You cannot ask for any money. So we are not only talking of border. We have families today suffering. Because, Jeff, let me tell you, if you break your hand today in this country, be ready to spend 200,000 to hospital. Just one hand. If you break your leg, be ready to spend 400,000. If you break your spinal cord, be ready to spend 2 million Kenya shillings. I am telling you, and that is a list. So where does this money come? It will come from your people. They have to sell their land, they have to do harambes, they have to do all these things, because there's nobody who... I want Jeff, call these insurance people, let us then bring a list of how many people they have paid.